Hello, and welcome to episode 38 of
The Eldritch Podblast.
I'm Margaret.
I'm Jack.
And hello.
Hello.
How is everyone? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm trying to change it up. Trying to change it up, baby.
You don't need to change it up.
I just bit the inside of my mouth so hard. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, you know when you can hear it crunch? Oh my goodness. Sorry, that's absolutely way too much information.
You don't need to change it up. The intro is the intro, baby. You do a good job. You bring the energy.
Thank you.
Get us going.
Hello.
You fire them all up. Hello. Welcome to the Eldritch Podblast.
Yeah, just thought I'd keep it. Once again, I said this last episode. I'm trying to keep you on your toes, you know?
Yeah. No wrong with that.
Let's all keep you on your toes.
No wrong with that, baby.
Ages ago, someone made a joke being like, one day you're going to switch seats and you're not going to tell anyone and it's going to absolutely send all of us spiraling. And all I'm going to say is, good luck.
One day.
One day.
One day. We'll remember to do it because we've talked about it.
Mm-hmm. Fill the silence.
I was like, I need to switch it up from Hallelujah. I'll do... Nah, it's gone.
Nice.
Yeah, you just got my voice croak there.
Nice, that's nice. That vocal fry, that sounds real good. Dog's upset. I'm upset. They're upset.
The dog's always upset.
That's
not a normal. As soon as he can't be next to us, because we have to put a bit of a barrier now.
If only you could see.
He gets under the table, and then he gets in the wires, and then he pulls like things off charge, and he pulls the lights over.
Yeah,
and
there wouldn't be a problem if he was just under the table, but because there's so many wires. Honestly,
I've got the two of these wires.
Yeah,
and
I've got my charger plugged in.
There's the charger. There's the laptop charger. The mixer's going through to the other room.
There's a lot going on.
You don't need to worry about that.
When he's getting caught up in them wires, let me tell you.
And then he's like,
and it sounds like we're taking the piss out of our dog, but that's exactly how he sounds.
Yeah, fucking right.
Any given time.
I do love
the
him
amount
very
of
much.
things wires he ruins by walking through them. We've had headsets ruins. We've had microphones ruined.
Just like the jack, he walks through it with such force and doesn't stop. The jack just goes.
Yeah, like the USB bit just like cracks in half,
snaps off inside the computer.
And that's happened way too many times than we'd like to admit.
Yeah,
as I'm admitting.
And you watch this channel. We now are monetized, and with that monetization money, I got us a new mixer.
Yeah.
So I don't want him breaking this mixer.
No, the amount of times that
otherwise you'll have to watch another bunch of episodes. I don't want you to have to do that.
The amount of times that mixer has fallen dead on the floor is disgusting. But
every time I'm like, please,
please,
don't be broken, please.
And it's if I can attest to anything, it's the
build quality of the new mixer.
of that mixer.
Yeah, it's got some good build quality.
So yeah. Hello. Happy Thursday, everyone.
Happy Thursday.
Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday so far.
Thursday best day of the week? Or Monday best day of the week?
Oh.
What are you? Are you
Monday or
a
Thursday?
Are you Monday party or Thursday party?
Yeah. I'd like to argue that Monday's better because, man, everyone, Monday sucks, doesn't it? Have a little pick me up after.
Yeah, true.
Monday's watch parties particularly always pop off.
It's not for me. It's not the same for me because we don't work 9 to 5 Monday, Friday.
Yeah.
We just work all day, every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Yeah. If there was more hours in the day, we'd find them to work. Because that's just who we are as people.
Sadly.
Can you tell we're a little bit crazed right now?
Just slightly crazed.
Slightly crazed.
Slightly on the edge.
Slightly... Oh, what edge? That's the question.
What edge?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Which edge? Which edge am I sat on?
Which edge?
Which edge am I about to throw myself off?
Oh, who knows? We don't really have many things to update you on today, to be honest, because if you caught it on Monday's episode, we've been filming
this
loads.
This is the 4th episode in like 3 days.
So we get the thing is we get excited and we tell you everything in the first instance.
It's like when a character blurts out the backstory because they're so excited in the first session.
Exactly. That's us every Monday episode with you.
Yeah.
So we don't have a whole lot to update you on, to be honest.
We've got bits.
We've got little bits.
Well,
well,
first of all, Margaret's favourite.
I would like to start off on some fan art.
I'm gonna have to put this in.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you.
Doing my job.
Thank you, Jack.
Everyone's keeping me right. I heard you.
Yep.
I heard you.
It's because we have a blood bond.
Yes. And you told me from the future.
Yes.
Margaret's gonna get upset if you don't write this down.
And technically the past. Like, we're omnipresent, you know? All of us together in this. In whatever this is. Oh, I swore.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I'll put it down. Normally it's me.
It is, yeah.
Can I swear now?
Go on.
No.
So, I would like to move on to some fan art that we got.
Fan art?
And this fan art has been sent in by Sheri. Sheri is one of our mods.
Sheri! I bet you've got that all your life. I bet you've got that in your entire life.
I know. It's like, you know...
I'm sorry. I'll leave.
Yeah. Get out of here. Go on. How'd you get?
How'd you get?
You know, you British people will know. I don't even want to say it because I know I'm going to get tortured. You know, the Little Britain sketch. My name's Margaret. I don't need to say any more. Oh my God. I still get that. No. Go on.
Margaret.
Oh my God.
Oh
my God.
And every single time someone says it, they're like, huh? Huh? And Margaret's like,
as if I didn't grow up in Britain and I'm nearly 30 years old and now I've heard that. Yep, that's so funny. So Sheri, you probably had that same visceral feeling.
Do you want to know what, Sheri? I'm sorry.
We're all sorry.
I owe you an apology.
Everyone, gather your blood and
give it to Sheri.
Give it to Sheri.
Give Sheri a little bit.
Give Sheri a little bit of the blood.
I feel like Sheri deserves a little bit after my antics.
Well, Sheri definitely deserves a bit of the blood.
Why?
Because Sheri, this dropped today.
Do you know what?
Oh!
I'll tell you the story after this.
So there's actually two versions to this. There's this version, which is first of all, as we can see, you know what? No, I'm going to show the absolutely badass bloody version first.
You're in it in the video,
I am.
So you do whatever you want. Yeah.
So this is it's Rayla.
Yeah.
And she's like mid transformation. She's looking fucking pissed off. We've got the red in the background, the dripping blood. We've got the growling. We've got the wolf voice.
Yeah.
And we've got the fuck right off, mate.
Fuck right off. That's another swear. Oh. Do you want to know what? Doesn't matter. We need it in there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. My God. And we've got the dress.
The dress.
From Sexy Witch.
Yeah. Sexy Witch
drew Rayla
in the dress.
In the dress. And now Sheri has drawn Rayla in the same dress. And that dress slaps.
Just kind of slap.
How much does that slap?
Just kind of slap.
And this is the other version, you know, obviously still, you know, angry.
Yeah.
Definitely not as angry.
Yeah.
And I just love it. I absolutely love like the mid transformation.
Yeah, the like fur crawling up the arm.
And I don't know if you can see, Jack, in the arm that's transforming into the wolf, there's actually the Nordic runes for beast. Like can you see it?
Yeah.
I didn't see that at first, and Sheri was like, "Oh, by the way, how cool is that?
That is cool.
How completely cool and considered is that?
That's cool.
I love that so much.
Love that.
I love that, Sheri. I absolutely love it.
This bangs pretty hard.
It does bang pretty fucking hard, right? Doesn't it?
Pretty hard.
You've absolutely encapsulated, and you know what? Even it's like the moon phases on the dress.
Yeah.
Man, you've encapsulated her perfectly. I absolutely love this.
Looks awesome.
Looks awesome.
Looks amazing.
With like the red and man. Thank you, Sheri.
And, you know, wolf voice.
And wolf voice.
We have a little callback to wolf voice.
Another callback to wolf voice.
Yeah, wolf voice.
So thank you, Sheri. She's beautiful. I love it. That is such a perfect, I was going to say rendition. What's the word I'm looking for?
Adaptation. Maybe.
Of her.
Potentially.
Perfect rendition.
Oh.
Honestly, that's kind of it before we get into meme time, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Just then, you were because it's about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You said I'm gonna put the ad up, and then every single time I wrote it, thinking you're about to transition into the ad, you didn't. So I had to like keep deleting the number and then putting it in again, and then deleting the number.
Thanks, Jack.
But we're okay.
No, that's because I'm concise.
Yeah.
It's because I'm straight to the point.
You are. You never go off topic.
No.
You're very like
one track minded.
One track minded.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't get like easily pulled off course.
I've got the blinkers on.
Yeah, you do have the blinkers on.
Knocked my mic.
Yeah, knocked your mic.
And here we are.
It's just professional podcasting, baby. That's all it is.
Very much agreed. I hope you guys are picking up the frenzied energy. And you're equally, go on. Yeah. You're equally as frenzied as us. So, I guess it's meme time.
I was about to say it, but I'll let somebody else do it.
If you'd seen last Thursday's episode, we had a meme time theme, and I guess we'll play it now. I don't know if I'm going to cut the image. Let's just dance, just in case.
Hello, Squad Blasters.
Do you like meme time?
Meme time.
Meme time?
Hallelujah.
God, this is going to be so awkward if... Anyway, meme time!
That's meme time. Yeah, there we go.
Woo!
We'll get used to sort of how long it lasts.
Yeah, we will.
But that
definitely.
was just, that was just a bunch of dance. Even if the clip ends, we should leave the dancing in. While there's no music playing. So we're just going.
Have you seen the videos of like music videos, and they've taken all the sound out, and they have like the shoes squeaking on the floor and like the breathe? That's us just then.
Yeah, 100%.
So meme time.
Meme time.
So we're opening up strong with I'm hip, I'm cool.
It's just things that I am.
I'm down with the kids. Go and show them. Yeah.
I think I'd like to. Pretty hip.
Yeah, pretty hip.
Pretty cool.
Pretty poppin'.
Pretty down with the kids.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm so very with you.
I think saying those things
makes you actually...
Makes me those things.
I agree.
I think people that say those things can only really say those things because they are those things.
Wow. Poignant.
What do you think?
Poignant. I'm with you, Jack, and I think you're very hip and very cool.
Yeah.
And this was, of course, sent in by Paris.
Of course.
I think the next one's sent in by Paris as well.
I'm cool.
I think the next one's sent in by Paris as well. This is in reference to the session recap I gave you all when we were missing Igneous, and we ended up nearly
in a foursome.
Having a foursome. And
there's typical things that happen when Igneous isn't there.
It's just Jack, you accidentally seduced them. Me, yes. Jack, and you got Josh's character involved. Yes. Just, first of all, right? And me just, first of all, I've seen this picture a million times. How scary is this picture?
This bird is strange.
How scary is that?
It can't be real.
That can't be.
There's no way.
There's no way.
No way.
At the very least, its eyes can't be real.
I hope it's real.
Oh no!
But there's no way it can be real.
Like, there's no way that the eye is real.
No
way.
I
understand. I believe that a woman is sat at a desk with a bird.
That's what
right?
Bully looks like. When I'm laying on, like, because he likes to come up and just put his front paws on my chest and just look at me and just wag his tail. And because his face is so long, his nose has to come down.
Yeah, and you just see two little beady eyes.
Two little beady eyes, and because obviously it's his mouth is so big, his little chops just dangle to the side, and he's just looking down at me like that with his big ears.
Oh, what a honey! Oh, he's flat out.
He's flat.
Oh, but yeah. I
gave him a snuffle mat before we started on the decking in the sun.
Yeah, good times to be a dog, huh?
Yeah.
But I'd like to think. I hope this picture's real, and I just love the way she's looking at it.
Yeah, it's not real. Nowhere.
It has to. I
wish it was.
What is that? What bird is that?
An
albatross?
Do you want to know what? I can't even correct you because I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. What is it? Please chat. Let us know. I think it's an albatross, or a pelican. No, it's not an albatross. No way. Search a pelican. Give me. No, that's a flamingo. But pelicans have the big gullets, right? Is it a pelican?
Maybe it could be something pelican-esque.
Pelican-esque,
This thing looks a little a pelican variant. Anyway,
I like how we're talking about memes and we've ignored the actual meme and we're like, what is this creature?
Meme's great.
Thanks, Paris.
That is me.
On to the next one, which I think might be one of my favorite memes on earth. And when you're in a kebab shop, absolutely rat-assed, trying to choose your order. Because we've all been there.
Yeah, the one eye shut.
Oh, the one eye.
You're just trying to get it all to just unblur.
The mouth.
In the kebab shop.
The mouth opening, hoping for the best. You have no idea where you are or who you are or what you're doing.
You just had your foot run over by a taxi because you stepped in at the road.
Yep. You fucking like 17 vodkas down.
You didn't feel it because you've drank far too much.
Exactly. You're in another dimension at this point, and the only thing you can smell is the kebab.
And the thing is, right, when you wake up, the kebab's on you. The garlic sauce is around your mouth.
The garlic sauce is like upside down on the couch.
The dog is licking your face.
Yeah.
You're on the settee. Yeah. There's something on the TV, but you don't remember turning on.
You stink.
You stink. You just smell so bad.
Your mouth's dry.
You smell so bad. And no water on earth can quench that thirst.
Yeah. Man, I feel hungover thinking about that. Man.
I'm so glad I don't drink.
I'm so glad either. But that was sent in by Izzy, and man, when I first saw that fucking crippled me because that's so funny.
That's a great one. I love that.
The next one, this is another meme format we have that's been used a good few times. And this is in relation to my dwarf hate. It's how it is.
Well, you say dwarf hate, but there's gnomes in there.
There is. Well, here we go.
I think that was the day that you truly outed yourself.
Oh, I did. So
it's the smallest.
100%. I'm not even fully sure who's on this list, to be honest, because I care so little.
You say smallest. But then you like halflings and like goblins.
I like halflings and goblins.
And munchkins.
Not too keen on munchkins, but I could.
What?
I could get down with the munchkins.
Since when was this?
Well,
why didn't you tell me about this?
Listen, munchkin has a connotation of like gnome. You know, munchkin gives gnome energy. And
the dog is just laying over there
because it's warm.
I know.
Is it Thurin?
That's Thurin.
Thurin?
Is that Thurin?
Yeah, is that Thurin?
Is that where I got the name from?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, it's Thurin or Thorin. No, big no. Hate that dwarf. Hate him.
Thorin.
Yeah,
he's Thorin Oakenshield.
Hate him.
Yeah.
Chetney, hate him.
How can you hate Chetney?
You know what?
Chetney's just fun.
I actually don't hate Chetney. I actually really like Chetney, but it's funny to say for the bit that I hate Chetney. I don't know who the other two are.
So you'd sneak Chetney in the back door?
You know what? I feel like no. Chetney could watch from a distance instead of being purely kicked out. I don't know who the other two are. I feel like I recognize the person with like the skull on the head, but can't quite pin it down.
No idea.
And I'm afraid I'm not sure who.
And this relates perfectly to the last meme.
People who are getting in are absolutely Sam and Frodo.
Okay.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
But
absolutely not.
That relates to the last meme.
Well, yeah. That relates. So, yeah. So
Who's
we're setting up my biases here.
Yeah.
Of who I like and who I don't. And these are both made by Wabberjacked. And this one, this is who's getting into the club. All right?
Gimli? Absolutely not.
Oh, no. Gimli isn't
Thorin?
even.
Absolutely.
Oh, no. You know what?
Pike?
No, Pike. She's getting punted into the sea. As well as Chetney.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I'm picking her up by her little ears, and she's gone.
And she's
gone. She's punted. Tieflings, you're in.
You're in.
Goblins,
yeah,
you're in.
Samwise Gamgee,
you are in. In fact, you have VIP. You own
the club.
Yeah, you own it.
Samwise Gamgee is the goat.
Yeah, well, 100%.
100%.
You know what? I actually am. I'm a little bit soft with Gimli. I think I would.
What?
I think Gimli could sneak. I'd let when no one was looking.
Why?
Because he's a bit of a lad.
Is it because he's funny?
No.
What is it?
No.
Because he's a dwarf.
Yeah.
That comes from the mountains.
Maybe it's my nostalgia.
With a big ginger beard.
Maybe it's my nostalgia.
Yeah.
And I think it's because he got upset when he realised that his cousins no longer lived in the mountain.
Mine!
Yeah, maybe that's why. But no, the rest of them, especially Thorin.
Get in the fucking bin.
Yeah, no, you're going.
I'm going to keep you outside all night.
I feel like I should clarify, I actually love Pike. I think Pike's actually the sweetest little thing ever.
Pike's awesome.
But she's getting picked up by ears and yeeted into the sun.
Well, because she's a gnome.
Yeah, because she's small. Is she a gnome?
Yeah,
is she a gnome?
No.
I had assumed she was a halfling, you know? Well, regardless. You know, Scanlan, get out of here. Is he a gnome?
Scanlan's a gnome.
See, they look so familiar to halflings, you know? It's easily confused. But no, yeah, you're not getting in the club. Regardless, Gimli, you could potentially, if you could shed a tear for me.
Nom.
Oh, see,
She's a
well,
nom.
no, definitely not then.
Scanlan's a nom.
Definitely not. You're out of here.
Get out of here.
That's it. That's meme time.
You ready? Yeah.
Yep.
Get out of here.
Gone.
Get yourself out.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jack, especially for those last two. I do want to clarify.
No.
Yeah, I hate them.
Hate them all.
I hate them all. Thank you. That was meme time, baby.
That was meme time. Merch.
Merch. I've changed my top.
Our merch.
Oh yeah.
Get yourself over to our small business, and you can get yourself an "I Would Like to Rage" t-shirt, or a t-shirt to do with any other class. Even if you're a dungeon master, you can go and pick up a t-shirt there.
Yep.
The link is down in the description to our small business.
You get 10% off our Etsy shop.
Yeah, with the code
Podblast. You get 10% off everything.
Yeah.
And our merch. Listen, we're filming so back to back.
We're filming on the same day, so we said on Monday that,
I don't know what we've decided yet, but definitely by the end of May, we're hoping to get the merch out and ready. We promise you'll know more formally than this. You might already know before
you probably
we're talking.
know more than this.
You probably know more than this at this point.
And if you do, we're going to put the insert here.
And we'll cut this bit out.
Yeah.
Woo! And that's it, really.
You can pick up this t-shirt and the other t-shirt that Margaret was wearing in the episode on Monday.
Yep.
So,
yep. The heavy metal tee. And there might be stickers. I don't know. I have no idea at this point. So yes, please keep an eye out for that.
Two idiots doing our best.
Yeah.
Are you going to get some stickers? That's for me knowing you found out.
Oh, baby.
I did the quick pickup.
Whisper it to me. What was it? Okay, got you. I know what that means. Yes. So we mentioned in yesterday for us, a couple of episodes ago.
Not last
for you.
episode, the episode before.
Last Thursday, I think it was. That we want to try and get back into doing more D&D centric content.
Yeah,
that's the word. Because we love doing Am I the Arsehole? Yeah. The weird house rules, the horror stories. That's the bread and butter of the channel, right?
Yeah.
But I think sometimes we forget that we are a D&D centric podcast. And there's so many new players and new DMs and so many people who say they learn from us.
Yeah.
It would be a waste to not actually do those things for you.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm sure you can see from today's title, we're gonna be reviewing some OneD&D stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know what Margaret just said there. It's that we love doing that stuff, the Am I the Arsehole, the horror stories, the submissions, all those things. We love doing that, but if we were to do that twice a week,
it might get a bit much.
I think it would grow stale for you and I.
I agree. And then potentially stale for you as well.
Yeah, potentially stale for you. I know you all love those things, and we're still going to do them because we do like doing them, but I think it's nice to break it up with some more D&D focused content because at the end of the day, we just fucking love D&D.
Well, exactly. And I think, there's been a bit of a pressure. We're still a new channel. We've just kind of hit the 4-month mark. We're still kind of working out what works for us and what doesn't. And there's an element of having to look at the numbers and the YouTube analytics and see where it goes. And, the things like the Am I the Assholes and the horror stories, they perform the best.
Yeah.
So sometimes I think maybe we're guilty of being we'll just do another one.
We need to do more of them. But the thing is, that doesn't help. We don't just release a video because we just want it to be the number one video on our channel.
Yeah.
When you look at analytics, you can see sort of where that video ranks.
Yeah, of course.
And the thing is, if you just look at that, then you'll just end up doing one thing.
And you're just going to be playing a losing game, right?
Yeah, and I don't want to do that. I want to,
We want to be able to do whatever we want and people to be able to pick and choose what they want.
Yeah.
And if this is the content you enjoy, we don't want to be excluding you from it. And again, we really believe that so many people want to learn from us and we want to help if we can.
Yeah.
There was talks about setting up a Patreon, which is still in the works. With our Patreon, we're going to be able to be more free to do kind of whatever you guys want us to do.
Yeah, me and Margaret were talking about doing sort of things helping you build your characters.
Yeah.
Doing some homebrew items, doing some homebrew monsters, planning encounters together.
Building some stuff together.
Yeah.
Reviewing some stuff together.
You come to us and say, I've got this, and then we help you finish it off.
There's, of course, going to still be elements of we can review, Am I the Assholes together? And,
Yeah.
We just want you to be able to be more involved.
Yes.
And we want to be able to give you exactly what you want without the confines of YouTube analytics.
The YouTube overlords.
Because that is something we do have to consider. But we're going to try and get back into a routine of every Monday. It's everything you know and love.
Yeah.
It's all the commentary stuff. And then on a Thursday, we're going to do something a bit more D&D centric. And we really hope you enjoy it. And please let us know.
Yes.
Please let us know. So today, as I said, you can see we're talking about the new OneD&D Player's Handbook Playtest number 5 that was released on April 26th.
Yeah, so there's a few that have come before this.
There is. So OneD&D, if you don't know, we are currently in 5th edition D&D.
Yeah.
This is the new iteration of D&D going forward.
This is the version of D&D that has absolutely exploded into the stratosphere.
100%.
Channels like this, like ours, wouldn't exist because I only learned how to play D&D in 5th edition.
Yeah, 100%. 5th edition made it so much more accessible, and OneD&D has the intention of doing the same, right?
So the things with OneD&D, the things with 5th edition, is yes, it blew up because of things like Critical Role.
Of course.
Yes, but it also blew up because it is definitely the best system so far.
I agree.
I know a lot of people
agree.
like 3.5 and stuff like that.
Which is valid, by the way.
You can like whichever edition you like the most.
Of course.
But this is big because in comparison to it before, this is probably the most balanced and probably the most accessible version of Dungeons and Dragons that has come.
And I think there's also an element, we all know when D&D first came out, it was the fucking 80s. There was so much satanic panic around it, which is pathetic.
Yeah.
And it was kind of taboo. And now we're kind of coming into an age where all of these things aren't, these things are now mainstream. Yeah. So
liking D&D and being a nerd is
fine
now. Yeah.
Like people don't ostracize. Well, they probably do, right?
But they can go and fuck themselves.
Well, yeah. Yes, of course. So, whatever version of D&D you prefer, that's completely between yourself and God. That's totally between...
Get it out of here. I don't want to hear it.
You and yourself. And you might not like OneD&D.
Yeah.
I want to preface, all of this is playtests,
yes,
right?
This is not an official book yet. And I do want to say, if you like 5e, they're not doing another edition.
No.
So this isn't 5.5 or 6. This is OneD&D, and what OneD&D is because 5e was so successful.
It's kind of uniting the stuff in it.
It's because 5e is great, but it's not perfect.
No, of course.
There are a lot of issues with 5e.
And there's going to still be issues with OneD&D.
There's going to still be issues with OneD&D, but what OneD&D is doing is taking 5e and not just scrapping it all and starting again.
Yeah.
It's just improving it.
Yes.
In my opinion, it's improving it.
And, we want to also preface this with, we all know what happened at the beginning of this year with the OGL. And that was bullshit. That was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't talk about it at the time because we didn't know enough about it. And
it was like, it came out literally when our channel was starting. So we didn't want to come on here and be like talking about the OGL and stuff like that because, when do you become an authority on something?
Yeah, I think we felt like we were just going to add to discourse.
Yeah.
Without being fully informed, which, looking back, I think we should have said something.
Yeah, I think we should have said something because at the end of the day, it's like, a lot of people consider us an authority. Even though we may not consider ourselves it.
Which is
weird.
But,
I know.
We want to say what happened with the OGL is proof that corporations don't own us.
Yeah.
We don't owe corporations anything.
Agree.
And if they do something that harms our community, we're going to stand up and we're going to tell them to fuck off.
Yeah, and everyone did.
Never come back.
Yeah.
And, I can say very, very, very confidently, if they tried something like that again, we would all turn our backs and never look back.
So, what I can... I'll just hit my pop shield there. What I can safely say is, it doesn't look like it's going to happen again. And I'll tell you why. Because for people who don't know, is, there was the open gaming license, which is why things like our podcast, Critical Role,
Dimension 20,
all these people who've released things to add on, Taldora's campaign guide, that's like a supplement for D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons.
They can use Dungeons and Dragons as a stepping block to make their own thing because it's in the Creative Commons. So they tried to take it out of the Creative Commons. They tried to take it out of the OGL, so you can't do that.
Yes, exactly. That's why there's so many homebrew modules that are successful and that thrive because they were allowed to use the IP.
Yeah.
Most of the IP, at least, of D&D.
There's a handful of things that you couldn't use, like specific characters and things like that. But now, I said it a little too early there, but now 5e has been put into the Creative Commons.
Yes.
Which means it can never be taken away ever again. So what nearly happened at the beginning of the year, they've seen the backlash and they've gone, do you want to know what? Fair enough, we won't do it.
Yeah.
And to make sure that you can believe that we won't do it again, it's in the Creative Commons, which means it is now untouchable from us.
100%.
Never again can that happen.
They can't take it away now, which was, the big worry for everyone. Everyone was worried that they were going to suddenly start throwing like licensing strikes down to people. Which is
fucking bullshit, because it's just a big company throwing its weight around. That's all it was.
And I want to preface, yes, Wizards of the Coast were complicit in it, but it was Hasbro.
Yeah, and like they've said, and you fought. The thing is, it's like everyone's like, oh, why are we still trusting? It's like you did fight, you won. Mm-hmm. Now just sit in the revelry of winning. Enjoy winning. Enjoy yourself. You don't have to. Your game's not going to be taken away from you again.
Everyone spoke out. I can't think of a single D&D creator that didn't speak out about it. And because of that, because people actually put their foot down and literally they hit Hasbro where it hurts. Yeah. They hit them in D&D Beyond subscriptions.
Yeah. They took
the money away and
cancel the subscription. Every person who cares about D&D cancel the subscription.
And we did. Yeah. And it worked, and we've won. We've won.
And because of that, they've come out and they've said, like, people had very real concerns, because, we're in the transition between 5e and OneD&D. Everyone's still playing 5e because OneD&D isn't published yet, and it's still in, like, this stage of
we're still in playtesting. Yeah.
But they've said, when OneD&D comes out,
it's going to be into Creative Commons.
Straight into the Creative Commons.
Which is the most important thing.
And,
we also want to take this time to implore people. D&D isn't the only TTRPG out there. Yes, D&D is what we talk about because it's the system we're familiar with. Yeah. We are open to playing other games. Pathfinder. Yeah. Pathfinder had a huge resurgence. Yeah. Pathfinder sounds an incredible game. If we had more time, I'm certain we would play it too.
Yeah, I think we would. I think like going forward, I might look into it a little bit more to see if I want to play it in the future.
Call of Cthulhu. Yeah, there's so many other game
Monster
systems.
of the Week. There's so many other game systems.
I would absolutely implore you, if you like D&D, take a look at the others.
Yeah. And like we said before, Critical Role are coming out with their own game system, Daggerheart.
Which is going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing, and it's either going to do one of two things. Daggerheart is going to become the new thing because Critical Role just have such a sway, or it's going to push Wizards of the Coast to be like, we need to
keep up.
So all it's doing is putting more game systems out there for people to play.
Which is great.
And more competition, which means people need to fight harder to get your dollar or your pound in your pocket to be spent on their books.
Which is great.
Which is a good thing.
And I cannot wait to review Daggerheart when it comes out. That is something we are absolutely going to do. I cannot wait.
This is the thing, it's like, I was never around when 5th edition came out. 5th edition came out in 2014, 2013, something like that. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't play TTRPGs back then.
Yes.
But like, it's exciting having one D&D release while I'm excited because I'm keeping up with it all like bits at a time, and it's exciting. So when Daggerheart comes out, because I love Critical Role, I will buy it and I will look at it.
Exactly.
So it's just exciting to have all these things coming out.
It is.
And it's like, you're coming along for the ride, baby.
It is.
It's good.
And we really hope you enjoy it. We really hope that we can kind of do this justice and we can break it down in a way that is understandable and digestible for potentially new players.
So today, what are we going over?
Well,
in fact, should we talk about the things that we haven't gone over, and then you can tell us if you want to hear about them as well?
Yes. So OneD&D so far has released a few different playtest packets. Mm-hmm. Now, the actual surveying time for these packets has passed.
Yeah,
I do want to make that clear.
Those are done. Yeah.
Those are done. So we started off with character origins, expert classes, cleric and revised species, and then the druid and the paladin classes.
Yeah, so character origins is sort of like how you build a character.
Yep.
Things like backgrounds, and like they've mixed up how they tie like feats in. They've mixed up how they tie stats to characters.
Even things like races.
All of it. They've mixed it all up. And
I
would say that most of those, in my opinion, were quite positive.
Yeah.
Expert classes, that means rogue, bard,
yes,
and ranger.
Oh my god, yes.
So they all are now expert classes, which means they get the expertise in things. So that was in one. And then revised species, don't know what that is. That was the one that I read the least of. And cleric.
Yep.
And then the last one was druid
and paladin, which if you want to hear any of them, we're probably going to do them anyway at some point. If there's any particular one you'd like us to hear about, I know I know so many people have asked us to talk about the Druid one for obvious reasons. So we will do that, but please let us know.
I think we'll probably do the Druid one next, but you let us know.
Yeah, let us know, please. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to be talking about the most recent playtest that was released on April 26th. At time of watching this, it's probably still May, right?
May 15th.
May.
So it'll be May 20th.
We're still in May, so it's been out for about a month at this point.
5th?
Yeah.
May 25th at the time of this.
So almost exactly a month.
Yeah.
The feedback survey has been closed. That closed May 17th, so you can still play test it, but you won't be able... you won't
be able to, like, give feedback.
You may be able to, actually, because it becomes available on May 17th. But anywho, so in this update, they have included Weapon Mastery property, updates to weapons, new and revised spells, feats, and 5 classes: the Barbarian, the Fighter, Sorcerer, Warlock, and Wizard.
Little Saucer.
Little Saucer.
Little Saucer for you,
a little tea Saucer.
So Sorcerer, Warlock, and Wizard, yeah.
Now, I know you guys like the long episodes, right?
Wouldn't have time.
We don't have enough time to talk about everything in this one,
yeah.
So we're going to break it down into, we're going to be talking about the weapons, we're going to be talking about the Barbarian and the Berserker subclass, and we're going to be talking about the Fighter and the Champion subclass.
And then, if you want us to do another one on this, we'll do Sorcerer, Warlock, and Wizard in another one.
Exactly.
And some of the new spells if you want.
And we definitely will do Druid at some point too, because I'm hearing a lot of discourse about that. So, shall we just get right into it and go
do it, baby,
and just get into weapons?
I'm excited.
I'm excited as well. Sorry, I yelled.
Because you don't know a lot of this, do you?
I don't. I know what I've heard from watching people like D&D shorts, and there's been a few things from D4 deep dives. I've heard stuff in our Discord, people talking about it, but I haven't actually sat down and read it myself.
Yeah.
That's my weakness. I'm not great at sitting down and reading things like this.
I watched D&D Shots and D4 Dungeons and Dragons Deep Dives is the channel name. Colby and Will.
Yeah.
They're two of my favorite channels in terms of D&D on like content about like creating characters and things like that. They did a collab, and then they did Weapon Mastery, Barbarian and Fighter on OneD&D's channel.
We'll link the video. We'll leave a note to the video. Write that down, Jack. Write that down. Write that down.
And then on Colby's channel, they did the Sorcerer, the Warlock, and the Wizard.
Yeah, we'll link to those videos as well, because I think they're great. Like super deep dives into it. Really good like looks and great opinions. To be honest, I think so. We're probably not going to be that thorough, but
it's more of just like giving our opinions on the changes.
Yeah,
and
totally.
Like what we're excited about.
Totally. So, shall we just get straight into it? Shall we just get straight into the weapons and kind of what is changing with weapons?
Yeah, because
properties?
at the minute, if you play a martial class, what does a weapon mean?
It's your damage dice, and that's it.
That's it.
There's nothing else to it.
Apart from the way you want to flavor it.
Yeah, how it looks.
That's it.
Potentially some have more reach.
They don't do anything.
No, they're just literally your great sword's 2d6.
Yeah.
A great axe is 1d12.
Yeah, and like, like Margaret said, some of them unlock feats.
Like a lance.
Like a polearm gives you the ability to have polearm master.
Yes.
And things like that. So, like a hand crossbow will give, when you take crossbow expert, you need the hand crossbow to be able to do that.
Yes.
So there's some stuff, but there's not enough in my opinion.
There wasn't a lot of emphasis placed on your weapon.
No,
like there wasn't any emphasis placed on your weapon, which some could argue is a big part of D&D,
it's a
right?
Huge part of D&D. Like you use your weapon for all your attacks as a martial class,
and
all you do is pick the one that's got the biggest
does the
damage
biggest dice.
And
yeah,
it's like,
of course.
I wanted to use a longsword and fight and it's just like, but that does a 1d10 and a greatsword does a 2d12.
Yeah, and it's like, what if you had benefits of having the 1d6, but you get something else?
Exactly.
Which, a magic, you could make the argument of, well, you could get a magic sword or a magic item, but then that gets into the realms of having to do attunement and having to get
and the
spend
thing is,
money and
Pathfinder is like one system that I know a little bit more about than any other in comparison to D&D, and I don't know that much. That has stuff like this already, which is, it's way more in depth than this is.
Yeah.
Like way more in depth.
Yeah.
So this is like a fraction of what Pathfinder has, but I do think it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, totally.
Do you want to go out for the first one?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Jack, am I right in thinking I'm reading out the highlighted bits here?
Yeah. Read out, and like on this bit where it says that one, you can read the rest of that. But yeah, you can just read that.
So, okay. And again, this is not a complete deep dive into everything. This is just kind of the standout bits, I think, for us. So, first of all, it's the mastery properties that come along with a weapon.
Yeah.
So, each new weapon now has a mastery property as shown in the weapons table above. That property is usable only by a character who has a feature, such as weapon mastery, that unlocks the property for this character.
Yeah, so like a wizard doesn't get weapon mastery.
Yes.
So it's only for the martial classes.
But I'm assuming classes like Barbarian, Fighter, Monk get these?
Yeah. So as we'll go through the Barbarian and the Fighter, you get a number of weapon masteries. So you could have one for a thrown weapon as a Barbarian, but also your greatsword. So it makes you far more versatile.
So you can get multiple weapon masteries in multiple items.
Yes, you can't have multiple on the same weapon.
Oh, yes, understandable.
But you can potentially, if you stick around, there's somebody in this video that does get to do that. And that sort of sets them out from the rest. But yeah, so like a Barbarian, there's a lot of times where you want to have your javelin in your backpack because you can't get there.
Totally. You want to be able to have something ranged at least.
Yeah, and this gives like mastery. One of them gives like mastery for like thrown weapons as well.
I see, and thrown weapons, obviously, they're going to do less damage.
Yeah.
Naturally, because you're sacrificing, you're getting range at the sacrifice of damage.
Yeah. So Barbarian gets less than Fighter, because Fighters, that's the point of a Fighter.
That's understandable.
Yeah, and I imagine, I don't know if Ranger gets it, but I hope like Ranger gets it. I think Monk should get it.
Yeah.
Anyone whose like primary focus is a weapon should get this.
I wonder if, and this is just purely speculation, what about something like a Hexblade?
See, this is where I don't know.
Yeah.
Because obviously, do you want to know what? I think Hexblade isn't going to be a thing anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So because, we're getting so fucking far off topic here. In Warlock, they've only released one subclass at the minute, which is the Fiend.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the originals from the Player's Handbook originally.
Yes.
But the value of a Hexblade won't have its value anymore because the Pact boon, Pact of the Blade, gives you a lot of the things that you would go to Hexblade for.
Understandable.
But it's also so good that I don't think anyone's ever going to pick any other Pact boon.
Okay, I understand. Okay. And again, we'll do a video about Warlock sometime.
So I think Gish-style characters won't get these.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough.
So like Swords Bard or a Bladesinger Wizard.
Yep.
They won't get these things, I don't think.
Do you think the possibility of making something like Weapon Mastery an actual feat that you could take would be a thing?
I think that is a thing.
Oh, that is a thing?
I think that is a
thing. And
thing.
can anyone go into that?
I think there might be some prerequisites, but I'm pretty sure, they're not on here, but I'm pretty sure there is going to be a feat to get weapon mastering.
Cool.
And
so
martial classes just get it
from
being martial classes.
The feeling I'm getting from the whole of OneD&D, right, is really opening everything up.
Yeah.
Having it not so rigid, having it be a little bit more free-flowing into...
I'd agree with you.
Yeah.
But I think they're making multi-class far harder.
Okay.
So you don't get as much when you multi-class anymore.
Yeah, I feel like you didn't really get that much when you multi-classed anyway, right?
So yeah, like for instance, we're jumping ahead here a little bit, but it tells you from now on, like multi-classing into a Barbarian gives you this. So you don't get all of it. You only get some stuff.
That's kind of what they do now anyway, right?
Yeah,
but maybe, we'll get on to that.
Let's do the first weapon mastery.
Okay, so... we're going to go over now all of the mastery properties. So the first one is Cleave.
Yeah.
Now, the prerequisites are a melee weapon and it has to have the heavy property.
Yeah, so you're talking maul, great axe, great sword.
Yeah. So if you hit a creature with a melee attack using this weapon, you can make an attack roll with the weapon against a second creature within 5 feet of the first that is also within your reach. On a hit, the second creature takes the weapon's damage, but you don't add your ability modifier to that damage. Unless your modifier is negative, you can make this extra attack only once per turn. I love that.
Dope as hell, isn't it?
I love that.
Like,
one thing martials suffer from is the lack of AoE. I know this isn't AoE.
Well, no, it is effectively
being able to jump to another.
You walk up to two characters and you're like, sometimes you might be like, I don't want to get a melee of both of them because I'm only going to get to attack one at like low levels. But now you're like, no, fuck it. I'm going to put myself
it's worth it.
Right up next to both of them, make the attack with this one.
And cleave that one.
Just slices through that one onto the other one.
Yeah, I know. The potential of like thematics.
Yeah.
Like I already have this idea of like it absolutely slicing through someone's hand and then going straight into someone else's abdomen as it happens, right? Like that's great.
Just getting to make another attack for free as your attack if they're stood next to each other within your reach.
Yeah, and you know, when you have multi-attack, obviously you can only do this once per turn.
Yeah,
but even then,
it's
that's great.
Like I think all of this weapon mastery is doing a good job. It's not enough, but it's doing a good job of bringing martials back in line.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's great.
I think that's sick.
Yeah, I really like that, and yeah, like not being able to add the modifier to the damage. That sounds like that's about right.
I think that's fair.
It's like the offhand attack, right?
Yeah,
you don't get to add it to your offhand attack.
With the offhand attack, like that only happens really on light weapons, and the highest the light weapon can go is a D6.
Yeah, finesse.
This could be a D12 or a 2D6.
Yeah, that slaps.
So
I like that.
That's really good.
I really like that. I think that's a great.
The minimum you're going to get from, the minimum you're going to roll from that is 1d12 or 1d6 because it has to be on a heavy weapon.
Yes, yeah, and like the thing is now, like I said, martials don't really have any AOE or anything like that. I think the closest thing is Green Flame Blade, right? Where it just like jumps
if they're stood next to them. But the thing is, like that's it. Martials, that's a cantrip.
Yeah.
So that's only Eldritch Knights and Hexblades and Blade Singers and things like that. So that's only Gish characters.
Yeah, indeed. I like that. I like that a lot.
I agree.
So the next one is called Flex, and the prerequisite is it has to have the versatile property.
Yeah, so you're talking like long swords, anything that can be great staffs.
Is it short swords?
No, I think short swords are a light weapon.
Oh, okay.
So it's anything that can be wielded in one hand for like a D8 and then wielded with two hands for a D10.
Like that.
Yeah.
I like that, so you can change it up. So when you hit with a melee attack using this weapon, you deal its versatile damage even if you're wielding it with one hand. So you take
the longsword, you have the shield, you hold it in one hand, but instead of doing a D8, you're doing a D10.
Yeah. So
just a flat bump of damage.
Am I right in thinking, can you only have one of these applied at any given time?
On one weapon.
On one weapon.
So if you've got a longsword, at early levels, again, the only person who can put multiple on one weapon is the fighter, and it comes quite late.
Fair enough.
So this can only, like, versatile weapons have been a thing for a long time.
Yeah.
Like a great,
it's like a staff. It's like a quarter staff. You can either hold it with one hand or you can hold it with two.
You have it one hand, do a D8 damage and have a shield, or do a D10 damage and hold it. And most people would just sacrifice the little bit of damage to have a shield.
Yeah, I think it's a 1d6 and a 1d8 actually.
But that makes shield play so much better.
100%. And sometimes it's cumbersome. You know what? I think a lot with melees and martials is it's just cumbersome.
Yeah.
Having to deal with, I take this out of my pack, and like you said, if you want to switch to a javelin, it's just a lot of switching in between things, and it's cumbersome and annoying.
I think that I don't think that's the best one, but
I agree. That's definitely not.
That is a great quality of life change for a tank.
Yeah. Is anything going to beat Cleave for me? Who knows? Let's see.
I think so.
Let's see.
I think so. I do love that one though.
So the next one is called Graze. Prerequisite is it has to have the heavy property. If your attack roll with this weapon misses a creature, you can deal damage to that creature equal to the ability modifier you used to make the attack roll. This damage is the same type dealt by the weapon, and the damage can't be increased in any other way other than increasing the ability modifier.
It's just see that fulfills a fantasy for me. You're such a brute, and you're so massive, and you're swinging this sword that even if they deflect off with their shield, it's just the pure force of it.
Hurts them. Yeah, you being in their space and like being so reckless with it, hurts them. And
that graze, in my opinion, for the people like D4, like Deep Dive, that was talking about earlier. Like he does a lot of spreadsheets, and spreadsheets of like how to maximize your damage.
Yeah,
that is an unreal way. On the spreadsheet, that's going to look unreal.
Oh, to always be able to, even if you miss, to still be able to do the damage. And geez, sometimes the ability modifier used, it's only going to go to a 5. Yeah. Realistically, right?
Well, some campaigns don't mind you exceeding 20.
Yeah. But, no matter what, to know if, your main stats bumped up to 20 or whatever, to know that you can be doing at least some damage if you miss. Cause
minimum, like, if your thing is 20 and you got a 5 modifier, even if you miss, you're doing 5 damage.
Yeah.
Like, that's really, it's going to be anywhere between 3 to 5 damage.
Yeah, that doesn't feel so bad.
No, not
but
at all.
when you're a melee or a martial and you have one attack, for example, the rogue, if you haven't, like, the rogue by raw only gets one attack, right?
Yeah.
Like, you miss that, that's bad.
Can't get it though.
But do you know what I mean? Like in that example, you only have one attack.
Yeah.
You're a lower level. You haven't got multi-attack yet. feels bad missing an attack.
So bad.
I like that. That's good.
I think it's nice guaranteed damage.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if you're I think that's something you would pick if you're like, and it rewards you for not just buffing your like taking a feat and things like that. You're like you're increasing your chance to hit. You're increasing your chance to hit. But also increasing the damage even if you miss and the damage when you hit.
Yep.
I like it. You know, you don't want to miss.
No, of course
but it's like a failsafe. I think it's good. I don't think it's one of the best ones, but I think it's good.
I actually really like that. I think that's really good. So the next one is called Nick, and the prerequisite just Nick. The prerequisite is that it has a light property.
Yes.
When you make the extra attack of the light property, you can make it as part of the attack action instead of a bonus action. You can still make this extra attack only once per turn. So it's just completely binning off.
So, like, the problem is with any, like
a dagger.
Dual wielding at the minute in D&D is no matter what, it takes your bonus action.
Yeah,
which is fucking trash.
So annoying.
Even if you get the thing where it like improves it gives you the +1 to AC, and then you get like the fighting style, and then you get to add your modifier to the offhand attack, it still takes your bonus action.
Yeah.
So this like frees you up. Like
really frees you up. Really frees you up.
This plays perfectly with the new ranger. Because what do you get as a new ranger? Hunter's Mark. What is Hunter's Mark? A bonus action. So now you can be that awesome Legolas, you know, when he pulls out the two blades?
Yes.
And he runs in.
Yes.
You can Hunter's Mark up and you can take two
and just
attacks.
Run in and just
2 attacks and not have to use bonus action.
Action economy, baby. I like that.
That's sick.
I feel like I'm going to say this lots. I feel like my opinion is I like that.
I love the fantasy of a dual wielding blade like fighter or ranger, but it just shit in D&D.
It's just clunky.
It's clunky.
Once again, it's so clunky. And how many times have all of us gone to make an attack with our offhand and we're like, wait, what do I need for this?
Yeah.
What do I need to do? What do I add?
Weapon?
Is it a finesse? What do I do?
Yeah, it's...
Do I add my mods? And the fact that it's your bonus action.
Yeah.
It is a killer as well.
The fact that it's your bonus action is the fucking worst.
I agree.
Because bonus actions can be used so well in D&D.
So well.
And there's more things that are coming in that are bonus actions.
Yeah.
And like the fact that the ranger gets to cast Hunter's Mark now, like free.
Yep.
Not a spell slot or anything like that. Just that. I think that's one of my favorite ones because that's always been a problem with dual wielding.
I agree. It's clunky. It's always felt really bad and really clunky, and I feel like that completely eliminates it. That's
something I think I would put in my game now.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think that is like so needed in 5e.
I agree. Like, I agree.
Yeah.
So the next one is called Push. The prerequisite is that it has to be a heavy, two-handed weapon or have the versatile property.
So this is on your longswords as well as your heavy stuff.
Nice. If you hit a creature with this weapon, you can push the creature up to 10 feet away from you if it is no more than one size larger than you. Nice.
Simple, unreal crowd control.
Yeah, for a tank, able to just...
And I love the fact that it's 10 feet, not 5.
I know, yeah.
10 sometimes it's so awkward to try and push something out of the way. Because most of the time, if you push something 5 feet, you can't get it to break attack of opportunity range.
The people you want to protect are still going to be stuck in that range.
10 feet is unreal.
Yeah, 10 feet's enough. Definitely.
I love it. It's like taking the bit of the crush of feet that people take the crush of feet for and giving it to you if you have a heavy weapon or a versatile weapon.
I think this is great for tanks.
I love that.
This is great battlefield control.
That's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah. See, I'm very much a damage-focused person.
Yeah. And, do you know what? If it was me, I'd just take out the one size large thing.
Yeah, be able to just...
I understand why, but...
I also understand why.
I don't... To me, I don't...
Because we're all medium,
I don't really give a shit, personally. Yeah. Like, if it's huge, I'll still be able to... Maybe gargantuan is where I draw the line.
Totally. Yeah, I feel like that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm the person, when I play Pokemon when I was a kid, it's like, you want to take Thorn Whip? Nope. No, not Thorn Whip. Oh, God. I'm showing...
That's D&D.
No. Oh, yeah, it's like, you want to take Screech? No, we're doing bite only, baby.
Bite only, baby.
We're doing scratch and bite.
But that pushes the value up of things like Room Knight's Giant's Might, where you can increase your size.
Yeah.
Because then
you can
you can push the huge creatures.
Yeah.
And then late game you can push the gargantuan
I feel like it's
creatures.
just good synergy. There's a lot of things that you can synergize together here.
And I think, that increases the value of enlarge reduce from casting it on the tank.
Yeah, true.
If you like cast it on me because I've got push and now I can push this thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
cool.
I like that.
I like that.
Okay, so the next one is sap, and there's the prerequisite is that there's no other properties. What does that mean?
Like there's no, you can just like unarmed. You can do it with.
Oh, okay.
You can do it with light weapons, anything.
Got you. If you hit a creature with this weapon, that creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of your next turn. Like, this is so clearly opening up so many different avenues of play for people.
Like, it's making martials interesting.
Yeah, it's
like,
giving you options. Like, giving you so many different options.
You don't just have to look to your subclass now for how am I going to be good.
Yeah.
It's like, I can now be very useful.
Yeah.
Without anything else.
Having to go into, like, magic initiate or without having to take something else.
To be able to do all these cool things.
Just through my weapon.
Do the cool thing.
Now, can you have multiple weapons and they all have a separate mastery on them? Or can you only have one at a time?
So you can only have one mastery on one weapon.
Okay, right. So you can't hold, like, you couldn't be able to say, oh, my greatsword has sap on it.
No, that's exactly what you can do.
Yeah, so you can switch them out according to what you think the fight is.
Yeah. So you can have, as a barbarian at the beginning, you get 2 weapon masteries, and the fighter gets 3.
Nice.
And then it goes up as you play the game.
Yeah, I like that. And it means it gives you options.
Yeah,
it means you can assess a situation and say, okay, I want this. I feel like, again, the problem with martials is you're a one-trick pony.
Yeah, that's
right?
it. But like now you can have a few weapons in your arsenal. Like if you're a dex-based character, you can have like a crossbow or a longbow, and you can have a longsword.
Yeah.
And you can fight with both of them and do 2 different types of like play
have 2 different play styles.
2 fight styles.
I like that. I think that's necessary.
So good.
Because listen, martials get shit on. They do. Martials get shit on.
Yeah.
Spellcasters have so much versatility, while martials don't, and I think this solves a huge problem.
It makes a martial then think. It's not just like I go up, I stand there, I hit things. It's like, how can I affect this battle with pushing? Who do I want to give disadvantage to so they don't hurt my friends?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It gives it just all of this shit would become subclass only.
Yeah.
But now it's like all martials can do this, and then you get your subclass as well.
And like, I think a common thing with martials is it's like you do the most damage. That's what you're there for, doing the most damage. But now, people who want to play a martial, but maybe want to be a better tank, maybe want to be a little bit more thoughtful on the battlefield, they have the options without having to lose something.
Yeah, I think this is really improving. A lot of these improve tank play.
Yeah. And I think, an argument that people could make against this is, well, people are only going to take the damage things, and it's like that's not the case.
The things that are exciting me here are the tank things.
Yeah.
Like being able to, but one of them is damage though. Like the versatile weapon, being able to hold it in one hand and do the
still
higher,
be able to do the
higher amount of damage, pushing disadvantage.
Yeah.
So the thing I don't know about this, it says no other prerequisites. If you hit a creature with a weapon, it doesn't say unarmed strikes.
It doesn't say unarmed strikes, which is a little bit sad.
Which is a little bit shit because they've done so much for unarmed strikes.
Yeah.
And they've actually made it viable, like being able to grapple and knock prone with unarmed strikes.
Yeah, the words do say this weapon.
So, a lot of these actually do, well, it is weapon mastery. So maybe unarmed strikes and
Yeah. Okay, so the next one is called slow, and there is no other prerequisite to it. If you hit a creature with this weapon and deal damage to the creature, you can reduce its speed by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. If you hit the creature more than once with this property, the speed reduction doesn't exceed the 10 feet. So you can, no matter what, how many times you hit it,
fucking sick. Imagine if someone's chasing your wizard and your wizard's trying to get away and they need 30 feet. You pull that arrow out and you fire it at something like that and you just like get it right in their Achilles heel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gives it adds flavor.
It does, and it adds. I feel like this helps group play. What am I trying to say?
Like,
this helps.
This helps like
the
crowd
group.
Control. It's crowd control stuff, like slowing things down.
Yeah.
Like what you can do as a tank.
In
my game.
There's so many times I think where as a marshal you're like, well, I hit the thing again.
Yeah.
You see other people having a hard time and you're like,
I wish I could help out more than just I hit it as hard as I can.
I hit the thing again.
Like being able to slow something that's chasing your wizard or your squishy.
Yeah.
That is so valuable.
Yeah, and again, this is totally all based on like how you want to play the game. But the fact that the option is there if you want to,
Unreal.
I will never argue against having the options to do these things.
That excites me. That and push excite me.
So there's only 2 more left, actually. So we have Topple, and the prerequisites are you need a heavy, reach, or versatile property.
That's one with the most so far.
Yeah. Oh, no, I think there was another thing with 3. Push needs to be heavy, two-handed, or versatile.
Nice.
So Topple. If you hit a creature with this weapon, you can force the creature to make a con saving throw with a DC equal to 8 plus your proficiency bonus, plus the ability modifier you use to make this attack. On a failed save, the creature has the prone condition. This one's a bit lame.
What?
This one's a bit lame.
You get 2 attacks. You can hit a creature, still deal damage. The problem is at the minute, if you want to knock something prone, you have to forego your attack to knock it prone.
True. And you know
now,
what? I'm forgetting the fact that if you have double attack, you can then, once something's prone, you have advantage on it.
You just get advantage on it.
True. I think I jumped at that. I saw the word prone and I was like, bleh.
They fall prone and then you just stab them into the ground.
Yeah.
With advantage.
Yeah.
I think it's like that's finding ways to guarantee advantage is always good.
True.
The only shit thing is it's a con save, and con saves like in the monster manual and in all enemies, the highest save in the book is a con save.
Yeah, and I think the only thing I would say to this is, you have your, sword that has topple on it, right? And you topple someone. That's it.
No, you still do that. You still do the damage.
No. Yeah. But then, you can't then do any of the other weapon mastery things because you only have one thing on at once, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This feels like it should be something and. Maybe to me, yeah, maybe
Fair.
something but maybe that's my little monkey brain seeing the word prone and being like, meh.
Yeah, I think the thing is, right, if you were going to try and trip something up, that's, to me in my head, that's either a dexterity saving throw or a strength saving throw. This is really powerful when you get multi-attack, but I think they've hidden it behind the thing that monsters are going to save the most
people are going to struggle with the most with con. So, yeah, totally.
People are going to be able, enemies are going to be able to save against con the most.
Yes.
I think they should either change this to dexterity or strength.
Yeah, I think visually.
And I'd be very happy with it.
Thematically, I think dex kind of makes the most sense,
yeah,
right?
100%.
Trying not to be trying to steady yourself.
Yeah, tripping or jumping over the thing that they're trying to trip you with.
Yeah.
Or are they trying to topple you over by just brute forcing you by putting the flat of the axe on your chest and just shoving you to the ground.
Yeah.
I think it should be strength or dex based on maybe if the spell if it's a ranger it's dex, if it's a barbarian it's strength. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
do. Yeah, I agree. I
don't think it should be constitution.
Yeah.
And I like that one.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you like that one.
But this is the thing, the shit that excites you and the shit that excites me.
It's 2 different things. And I'm sure it's the same for you. I'm sure there's things that we've been like, that's amazing. And you're like, meh.
But there's so many good ones here. I just think there could be more. But I think it's great.
Yeah. Okay, so the very last one it's called Vex.
Don't know why it's called Vex.
Not to be confused with Vax.
Or Vex.
Or Vex. That's the joke. Yeah, that's the joke. Yeah, what you think? Oh,
so clever.
So the prerequisite is it's ammunition, finesse, or light property.
Yeah.
If you hit a creature with this weapon and deal damage on the creature, you have advantage on your next attack roll against that creature before the end of your turn. So again, you know what? I feel like this is kind of similar to the...
It's topple for ranged.
Yeah.
It's basically, if you hit, you give yourself advantage on the next attack. Sick. Is it you have advantage? Yeah. I was going to say you could try and set up a bit of
to set the party up to be able to fucking smack this thing. Yeah.
It doesn't say it has to be in the same turn. So it's basically if you hit in the first round of combat, then you're going to have advantage for the rest of the fight, basically.
Yeah, before the end of your next turn, it says.
Yeah. So if you hit on your first turn, that means your next one has advantage, which means you're probably going to hit, which means your next one has advantage, which means... So basically, you just need to make sure you hit that first
It's like
attack.
a trickle, isn't it? Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Yeah,
cool.
I really like that. I think, my opinions have been clear. I really love the addition to be able to give people options. Marshals haven't had a lot of options. Like
for the longest time.
At least in terms of play style. They haven't had a lot of options, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
And this opens the door for a lot more, and hopefully we can end the whole martial hate, because there's no need.
There's not martial hate. There's just knowledge that martials are a little bit underpowered, personally.
Yeah.
But I know some people don't agree with that, and that's fine too, but I think you don't think it's true.
I think there is, definitely.
There's a clear divide, especially late game play.
Yeah, and also, we probably should have said this in the beginning. Everything that we're talking about here, this is our opinion. Yeah. You're probably going to have very different thoughts to what we have, and that's fine.
I don't even know if we need to say that.
No, yeah, well, true.
Yeah, I mean,
but
like, it's our podcast.
True,
I'm not going to sit here and voice your opinion.
Yeah, but just because we say it's good doesn't mean that it is, doesn't mean that it isn't. It just means that, we like it, and we would love to hear if you agree, if you disagree, why you do agree, why you don't. We'd love 100%. To hear it, honestly.
Tell me what you're most excited for.
Oh, please.
Help me. Tell me. Please. Tell me what you're most excited for, because I'm excited for all of it.
So, shall we move on to the Barbarian?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is very exciting for me. I'm very excited to hear about this.
It's good as well.
If you listened to last Monday's episode, I said that I went into Berserker Barbarian from this is where it's from. I am loving it so far. I'm getting ahead of myself. So, the Barbarian. Do you want me to jump straight to the design notes here?
I think you don't even need to, the design. We cover all the design notes later on. I just, if you wanted to get like a quick brief one, the only thing I wanted to say is you can see there Weapon Mastery 2.
Yes.
So at 4th level,
I will try to put up a graphic of what we're talking about here.
Yes.
Write it down, Jack. Write the number down. Write the number down. Write the number down, Jack, please. This comes with a Barbarian table. I suppose the most important thing to say here about the design notes is rage can be extended with a bonus action each round.
We'll get to that.
Okay, we get to that. Yeah. Okay, cool. So this is the Barbarian table. Now, as you can see, there is a new column. All of the other things that's been there before. There's a new column called Weapon Mastery.
Yeah.
Now you start off with 2. At level 4, you go up to 3, and then at level 10, you go up to 4, and 4 is where it ends. Yeah. So level 10, you're going to be capped out on your weapon masteries, which were what we just talked about then.
But at the beginning, that means you've got either 2 melee options if you want a different weapon for a different fight.
Indeed.
Or you can have javelin if it's ammunition. Like that last one there, you can get advantage on your next attack. It doesn't say the next attack. Does it say the next attack needs to be if you hit a creature with this weapon and deal damage to the creature, you have advantage on your next attack roll against the creature before it.
It doesn't specify with that weapon.
If you can't reach it, you chuck the javelin, and then you walk up next round with your greatsword. You got advantage.
Yeah.
Sick.
So I think some of the things that we're going to talk about in this specifically are the Primal Knowledge at 2nd level, Feral Instinct at 7th level, Indomitable Might at 9th level, Brutal Critical at 11th, Persistent Rage at 13th, Relentless Rage at 15th, Rage Resurgence at 17th, and Primal Champion at 18th. This is all very exciting.
It's all very, very exciting. Okay. So, the first bit we'll come to are the changes to Rage.
Okay.
So, you can read that if you want.
Oh, Jack, I've lost it.
So, it's on the left side. So, it says the first level Rage.
Okay, yes. So, Rage can now be extended with a bonus action each round. Taking damage doesn't extend it, but forcing someone to make a saving throw does.
Yes.
The focus is now on what you do, not on what's done to you. Also, the playtest Rage can last for 10 minutes rather than 1 minute.
That's so much better.
That's so much better. How many times, especially as beloved, my first Barbarian, were we having to count the rounds to be like... And if, most of the times, right, it doesn't go over, but sometimes it will.
Sometimes it does, and also it means if you're on a dungeon crawl, like, because there is a lot of people that play like heavy dungeon crawls.
Yeah.
It means that you can rage in the first room.
And you don't have to spend a resource
go
again.
Go into the second room and still have your rage up.
Already be going.
Yeah, so that's just like, that's not another resource that you need to spend.
Yeah.
That is so much better.
So...
And having the bonus action, because the amount of times where you're like, fucking hell, my rage is going to drop because they keep running away from me. Being able to be like, no, it's in my control.
Yes.
So much better.
The only thing I would say here is now the focus is what you do, not what's done to you. So in 5e, the rules are you drop your rage if you don't make an attack against someone or someone doesn't make an attack against you.
Yeah.
So they've taken that away. So it's just on you.
I think it's or you take damage. So the cheese was if you haven't attacked anything and you're not going to take any damage, you just punch yourself in the face. take a small bit of damage and extend your rage.
Yeah.
And like that just feels stupid.
That feels really lame.
It just feels stupid.
But also forcing someone to make a saving throw does.
That also makes sense with the subclass.
Okay. And finally, rage is now stopped by the incapacitated condition, which makes complete sense to me.
Yeah.
And you know what? Rage lasting 10 minutes, that is such a huge standout. That's such a huge quality of life change, 100%. Because again, as you could see the table and how 5e works, you do have finite amounts of rages.
Yeah.
You do. So weapon mastery is now a first level feature, giving you new ways to use weapons.
Yeah.
And then primal knowledge. Is this what you want me to talk about, Jack? Yeah, sorry. I can see your finger going all over the place.
Just because I got a touch screen, I can be like, ooh.
No. So primal knowledge is now a second level feature, which unlocks non-combat functionality for rage. That's exciting. Non-combat functionality.
Which bit are you reading?
I'm reading on page something.
Go to page 5.
I'm on page 16 now.
Page 16?
I'm on page 16.
There's only 11 pages.
Wait. Hold on. Oh, I'm on page 4. Okay, so on to primal knowledge, which is learnt at second level.
This is huge.
Okay. So you gain proficiency in another skill of your choice from the list of skills available to barbarians at first level.
Yeah.
In addition, while your rage is active, you can channel primal power when you attempt certain tasks. Whenever you make an ability check using one of the following skills, you can make it as a strength check, even if it normally uses a different ability. Acrobatics, intimidation, perception, stealth, or survival. When you use this ability, your strength represents primal power coursing through and around you. How many times did we say it should be like this?
How many, like, the whole thing was like, a lot of, in the beginning, people were like, why am I so bad at charisma checks, like intimidation checks, even though I'm a big scary barbarian? And then everyone was like, you can use your strength score to do it.
You should be able to use your strength score to do it. This is exactly what it's saying. So the only thing I'm not following here is, why did it list acrobatics, intimidation, etc.? Is that just what you can forfeit to use your strength with?
They're the ones you can use your strength score instead.
And hey, acrobatics as well. That makes complete sense.
Acrobatics makes loads of sense. But now, you aren't going to be dog shit at stealth.
Yeah, man.
Like perception. I understand why you can, because you're using like your primal instincts to use perception.
It's not just
intimidation.
Like your actual build. It's like your instincts, your
primal
instincts.
Knowledge. Yeah, I love that.
I love that, man.
And it makes them not shit out of combat.
And geez, again, how many times, and I'm sure you've all said and heard this if you play a martial class, you feel useless out of combat.
You do.
Like, absolutely useless. I know with my first barbarian, first of all, my stats were all over the place anyway, because I was a new player. But when I wanted to help, when people were like, oh, can you keep watch? I couldn't.
No, because I have strength and constitution as my two highest things. And constitution doesn't have an ability score, like ability thing married to it.
Yeah.
And strength only has athletics.
I love that. To be able to take it means you're not useless.
Yeah, it means you're good out of combat.
It goes, we understand that you have to stack your strength.
Yes.
But here, you can use it in different ways. Not for everything.
Not for everything,
but for things that make sense.
Things that make sense. And they do make sense.
And to be honest, you know what? Even stealth. The idea of like the primal knowledge.
You're a predator.
Like you're a hunter.
You're a hunter.
You're not some big dumb idiot who just swings a sword. You would know, especially if you're a hunter.
You understand what getting the advantage means.
Exactly. You understand the importance of these things and survival.
Yeah.
100%. I love that. I really, really love that. I think that, because am I right in thinking primal knowledge now is akin to like danger sense? Or maybe I'm thinking of something totally different here.
You don't get danger sense at level 2.
But, danger sense is good.
You do still get danger sense, but that's in the next thing that we talk about.
Got you.
So you go down to the next page. Feral instincts.
Yes. So feral instincts is at 7th level.
Yeah.
And your instincts are so honed that you have advantage on initiative rolls and dex saving throws. So that makes up for...
Yeah, so this was here, but it only gave you advantage on initiative checks. Yeah. So they've taken... It makes it makes more sense to have them coupled together, but it does feel bad not getting Danger Sense at level 2.
In case you don't know what Danger Sense is, it basically means you have advantage on any
Dexterity
saving throws on things you can see. Which, again, is very important. As a barbarian, that's very important.
That's a huge thing that they are losing out at 2nd level. So
I do agree, and I think to wait till 7th level is maybe that bridge is maybe a bit too big.
Yeah, I think they need to bring that a little bit closer. I think they could switch fast movement in this.
But that's the joy of these playtests, right?
Yeah.
Is you can send in the surveys afterwards, and they're listening.
They are listening.
It's
true, they're listening.
But the fact that you have advantage on initiative rolls, you had that anyway.
Yeah, but it's always good.
It's always great. Okay, so the next change is at 9th level, which is called Indomitable Might.
This was at 18th level.
Oh, wow. So if your total for a strength check is less than your strength score, you can use that score in place of the total.
So if you've got a 20 in strength, it's like reliable talent.
I was going to say it's like reliable talent.
You can't get less than 20 in that check.
Which
always feels stupid that when the barbarian goes over to pick something up and then rolls a natural 1, and then the wizard comes over and rolls a natural 20.
Yep. 100%.
It's just like, how does that happen?
How does that happen? I agree. And man, you know what? When someone's like, "Can you open this door?" and as the barbarian, you're like, "Abso-fucking-lutely, I can." You go over and you can't do it. You're like, "Well, that's another thing."
It's just like it's like the only thing that I am good at, and I've rolled shit.
Yeah. Well, now you don't even have to worry about it.
Minimum of your score.
I can't believe this was 18th level.
That's a shit 18th level ability.
That's a really shit 18th level ability.
Yeah, that's not an 18th level
and
ability.
I feel like a lot of games will not see the light of day of 18th level. Let's be honest.
No, let's
9th
be honest.
level, though,
Definitely.
I think the majority will.
I think most would.
Yeah, the majority will. Okay, so at 11th level, you get Brutal Critical. Critical. So it used to be extra dice, am I right?
Yeah, so you used to basically get to roll one of your damage dice again. So it felt great for a D12, but felt bad for a 2D6 because you would only get to add one more dice.
I did used to like critical.
This is fucking way better.
So when you score a critical hit with a weapon or an unarmed strike using strength, that target takes extra damage equal to your barbarian level.
And you get it at 11th level. So when you score a crit,
you get an extra 11 damage.
Let's just say you've got a 5 in your strength.
Yeah.
That means you're going to be doing, no matter what, 16, then you're rolling your dice.
Oh, and that damage is the same type dealt by the weapon or unarmed strike. See, once again...
Just a beautiful quality of life
totally.
change.
And, pair that with something like, was it RIP? Where you... No matter what, you get the... Oh, no. Well, no, that doesn't make sense, does it? Because RIP happens when you don't hit. Ignore me.
Yeah.
Don't listen to me.
But then, you do begin to see, like, some synergy between...
If you connect the dots correctly. I'm connecting a dot from, like, the nose to the foot here.
And I love the fact that it's absolutely not called RIP either.
Which is called?
I don't know.
It is. It's called RIP.
It's not called
RIP.
It
is. It's called RIP.
There's none called RIP.
There is. It's called RIP. It's called Nick.
It's called RIP.
It's called RIP. I've lost where I am. No, yeah. So yes, that's wonderful. Again, 11. You know what? I was going to say 11th level. I would say maybe put that at 10th level.
It was already 11th level, so it's all they're doing is upgrading
making it better. Yeah.
So that's a good change. That's a good change.
Yeah, I agree. I say maybe the only thing I would say is maybe make that a little bit earlier down the line. But,
Yeah.
Okay, so 13th level, Persistent Rage. This used to be a level 15.
Yeah. So and obviously Rage used to be a minute. So it's 15th level and Rage used to be a minute.
So your rage is so fierce, it now lasts for 10 minutes without you needing to do anything to extend it from round to round.
So you get your bonus action back.
The rage still ends if you have the incapacitated condition or don heavy armor. So hold on, I think I've missed something here.
Yeah.
You said you have to use your bonus action to keep your rage up.
So unless you get hit, or unless
it's
all of the normal stuff. But if all of that fails,
then you can use your action to keep it up.
You can use your bonus action.
Oh, I don't think I maybe understood the gravity of that. That's great.
It's perfect.
I don't think I grasped.
That's okay.
Thank you.
I've heard of all of this for a while now, and this is the first time you're hearing a lot of this.
I don't think I grasped the idea that you can choose to keep it up with your bonus action, right? Okay, that makes sense.
So
you don't need to do anything.
You get it earlier, and you don't even need to use bonus action.
Yeah, wonderful.
So that's sick.
It does still end though. If you're incapacitated or you wear heavy armor, which that makes sense. Okay, so at 15th level, you get Relentless Rage. Now, this used to be a level 9.
This used to be level 9, but they've made it way better.
So am I right in thinking with level 9, when you had Relentless Rage, you would come back with like 1 HP?
You'd roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
And if you succeeded, you come back with 1 hit point.
Got you. So now, your rage keeps you fighting despite grievous wounds. If you drop to 0 hit points while your rage is active, and don't die outright, you can make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw. If you succeed, your hit points instead change to a number equal to twice your barbarian level.
So you come back with
30 hit points. Each time you use this feature after the first, the DC increases by 5. That makes sense. When you finish a short or long rest, it resets back to 10. That's wonderful.
It's unreal. Because the thing is, right, at that level of play, level 15...
Coming back to 1 hit point.
1 hit point's fucking
you're going to go
it's
down again.
Useless. Like,
you're
30 means you might actually have a chance
to survive a hit.
And DC 10 is, at level 15 as a barbarian...
You're not going to fail that.
Should be basically impossible to fail.
You're not going to fail that.
There's
no
way.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
So I don't mind that they made it a higher level because they made it so much better.
Yes, I agree. And again, am I going to say maybe bring it down a little bit further, considering it came from 9th? But man, again, what was the point in even having it at 9th? Because you're probably going to go down again.
Yeah, even at 9th.
Even if you're like someone heals you in the interim, right?
Yeah.
Healing in D&D is still so bad.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to survive it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the last few here. So at 17th level, you have Rage Resurgence. Whenever you roll initiative, you regain 1 of your expended rages. That's awesome.
So they've done the same thing for sorcerers. So at like late levels, when you roll initiative, you get like 1d4 sorcery points back.
That's awesome. That's great. That means you don't have to worry.
Yeah.
Again, 17th level is very high. A lot of people are not going to make it to 17th level, right? But that's still great. Because I think a lot of people look at the late game stuff to see what they get.
Yeah.
And that's great.
Yeah.
That means you don't have to worry at that point, really.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at 18th level, you get Primal Champion. You embody primal power. Your strength and constitution score increases by 2, and their maximum is now 22.
So it used to be maximum was 24, and you got 4.
But you got it at level 20.
You got level 20.
Yeah.
So I think it's
okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
We don't need to do the epic boon and stuff like that. We'll just go straight onto the Berserker subclass.
Okay, so yeah, that's the changes to the Barbarian subclass. At least, the big heavy changes.
It's good.
It's good.
It's really good.
Man, that makes really Barbarians such a more viable class.
It makes me want to play a Barbarian.
Yeah.
Like, it actually does. Like,
100%.
Being not shit out of combat and getting all of the new stuff from the martial adept things, like the martial weapons, makes me want to play martials even more.
I agree. I think that one thing, especially, I'm multi-classed into Barbarian right now. I love Barbarians, but I vowed to myself after the first time I played one, I was never going to play it again because I was so fucking useless.
Yeah, and I think it fixes the reasons why you didn't like playing
100%. I did a lot of damage. Well, I didn't. But, I had the potential to do a lot of damage, and that was all I was good for. I was a one-trick pony, and I resented it.
Yeah.
I resented things like, beloved, open the door. Can't open the door.
Roll the 1, I can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. That clears all this up.
Yeah.
I can use my strength to do like a perception check, a stealth check,
a survival check.
Again, with marshals, not barbarians, because you can't wear that. Well, no, yeah. Marshals have to wear armor that give you... Some do. Disadvantage on stealth checks. Man, to be able to guarantee. Yeah. That's great.
Sick.
I really like those changes.
I know. They're great. I think all of these are a step in the right direction.
Totally.
Like, even without getting onto the other stuff later, I think it is. It genuinely is.
Okay. Let's get onto the Barbarian subclass of Path of the Berserker. We love him.
Yeah. One of the most contentious, because to use your subclass, you gain a point of exhaustion.
Exactly. Which was my issue with it. And again, Berserker was the very first character I ever played.
Yeah.
And once again, I vowed I would never play it again because it was so punishing. Especially with the 5e exhaustion rules. OneD&D has changed the exhaustion rules to something much more manageable.
Yeah, which we use in game now because it's so much better.
100%. And I've once again picked Berserker, and we'll go through the reasons why.
Because it's sick, that's why.
So, the most important thing to talk about and the most important thing for the Berserker is to be able to frenzy, right?
Yes.
And the biggest standout to me is frenzy no longer causes you to gain a level of exhaustion.
Yes.
There you go. That's 100%.
Whether that was it or not, I think they've made it even better.
Oh, totally. But even just taking that out
makes it
so much more viable. If they didn't change anything else, that could have absolutely solved so many problems. It would have solved my problem with it. But there's more. So, at 3rd level, when you do get Frenzy, you can go into a Frenzy in battle. If you use your Reckless attack while your Rage is active, you deal extra damage to the first target you hit on your turn with a Strength-based attack. To determine the extra damage, roll a number of d6s equal to your Rage damage bonus and add them together. The damage is the same type as the weapon or unarmed strike.
See, the thing is, right, they're keeping the flavour of frenzy because it's like you can only do it if you attack recklessly. So it's that sort of like unbridled frenzy, just swinging the axe and trying to hit as many things as possible.
There's still a cost to it. Yeah. So for those who don't know, when reckless attack is a barbarian thing, you can choose to recklessly attack, and it means you get advantage on that attack. However, until the end of your next turn, the start of your next turn. So, and then
reckless attack actually is only supposed to affect attacks on your go.
Oh, is it?
And a lot of people do allow it to do like opportunity attacks at advantage as well.
See.
Because the thing is, if everybody gets advantage on you, you should have advantage for the whole round.
Well, that's what I was going to say. And then, the stipulation to recklessly attacking is everything attacking you gets advantage
as well.
And that's just how that's fair, right?
But the thing is, because when you rage, you take half damage.
Exactly.
That's where the balance comes in.
Exactly. 100%.
Everyone gets advantage of you, so they're probably going to hit. But when they do, if it's bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing, they're doing half damage.
Exactly. So this is saying you still have to use reckless attack, right? You still have to put yourself at risk of being crit potentially by something else. But man, to be able to roll more d6s, baby.
The best dice.
I love a d6. And then it's equal to your rage damage bonus.
So it will scale.
So it does scale.
It doesn't scale too much.
No, I think it's at 6th level it goes up to 3.
So rage is a rage damage.
So it goes up to 3 at 4th level.
It goes up to 3 at 9th.
No,
level.
sorry, I'm looking at
And then it goes up to 4 at 16th level.
So it doesn't scale incredibly well.
But it also scales with no, it doesn't. Yeah.
But
right.
You have to think that's still 2d6
2d6
extra
every turn.
Every turn. No matter what.
Pretty good.
I think that slaps.
I think it's great.
I like that. And because I'm a moon druid. I said it. I'm a moon druid, and I'm multi-classed into this Berserker Barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
My claw attack does 2d6 anyway, so no matter what,
if you hit with the reckless attack,
I will roll to 4d6, which feels great. And if I miss, I get another chance, and I can it doesn't have to be the first time.
2 chances with advantage.
You can only do it once though.
Yeah,
but still, once per turn.
Yeah.
That's great. That's absolutely wonderful. That's so good.
Mindless Rage at 6th level didn't change much.
Yeah.
So all it did was when you raged before, it meant that charm effects and frightened effects would postpone until the rage ends.
Yeah.
But now
it just ends it, which is great.
Which is better, but it's not.
It's still meh. Yeah. But the fact that it just the stipulation of lasts until you come out of your rage. Thematically, I can kind of understand that, right? But just don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah, just don't overcomplicate it. Just make it end.
So now,
make it end.
At 10th level, you get Retaliation, which used to be a 14th level.
So 4 levels earlier.
When you take damage from a creature that is within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to make 1 melee attack against that creature using a weapon or unarmed strike. Wonderful. Once again,
Perfect.
wonderful.
So it hasn't changed. It's just 14th level to 10th level, which
is so much more
better.
accessible.
Yeah, which, like games will probably go 10th level.
Games potentially go to 14th as well.
Yeah.
But, 10th, almost definitely.
I think most campaigns would make it to 10th level.
Totally. I love that. That's great. It's,
It's just extra damage, isn't it?
Totally.
And with the rules that we play, allowing your reckless attack to account to all attacks on the turn, that just ups the value of that.
Kind of akin to Sentinel, right? But for yourself.
If you get hit, boom,
you
can make an attack with advantage.
Love that.
Homebrew rule.
Love that.
Rules is written, you can't have that bit.
Yeah, love that. Okay, so now at 14th level, you get Intimidating Presence.
Yes. This has been overhauled.
I was going to say...
completely.
As an action, you can strike terror into others with your menacing presence as you swell with primal power. When you do so, each creature of your choice within 30 feet of you, or 60 feet of you if your rage is active, must make a wisdom saving throw. The DC is equal to 8, plus your proficiency bonus, plus your strength modifier, provided the creature isn't behind total cover. On a failed save, a creature has the frightened condition for 1 minute. At the end of the frightened creature's turns, the creature repeats the saving throw, ending the effect on itself on a successful save. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. If you've run out of uses of this feature, you can expend a use of your rage, choosing not to activate the rage and activating Intimidating Presence instead.
Good. So the reason why this was dog shit before was because it was your charisma.
It was your charisma mod.
Why?
Why would you make a barbarian use their charisma modifier?
Stupid. You also get the double distance thing for raging.
Yeah, 60 feet is huge.
60 feet is
huge.
Absolutely
That's most
huge.
maps.
That's most maps in total.
Especially if you position yourself in the middle. That's huge.
And being able to get another use of it if you just spend a rage instead.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's so flexible.
What's the word? Like, synergize this with, what was it? The 18th level? No. Manage this with the 17th level Rage Resurgence. You're always going to be able to do it, right?
Yeah, because the rage won't end.
Yeah, and you know what? Having creatures frightened of you, man, I have learned how important that is, because...
Battlefield control.
Yeah.
With frightened, because basically frightened, for people who don't know, means that things can't move towards you.
Yes, exactly.
They also have disadvantages while they are in line of sight of you.
Yes.
So if you're the tank and you're planted yourself right in the middle and you frightened everyone, and they want to get to the squishy wizard at the back, and you're stood next to the squishy wizard,
and the squishy wizard comes and stands next to you.
They can't get anywhere near them.
They're gonna have a hard time.
Everyone's then safe where you are
next to you.
Until they save, their attacks are made at disadvantage,
which is wild.
Baby.
Yeah, that's great.
I think this took this subclass from fucking swamp ass tier
totally
up to something. Maybe it's not the strongest class in the game.
No, of
but
course not.
I think it's a sort of A-B level.
Yeah, no,
I think it's very viable, does good damage, does good CC, reckless attack is good, the retaliation is good. I think it's a good subclass.
Man, even being able to just taking the exhaustion away.
Gone.
That makes it more viable.
I agree.
And I once had someone tell me the Berserker Barbarian, while I was playing the Berserker Barbarian, was the worst type of barbarian to play. Now, that was rude as fuck.
Yeah.
But I understand.
Fuck that person, but
I understand, because
I get it.
To have to gain a level of exhaustion just to use your subclass, I agree.
It's shit.
It is shit.
Getting the third attack is sick.
Yeah.
But paying that much of a cost,
not worth
with
it.
How bad exhaustion 5e
was.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how 5e exhaustion works, basically, it worked on a scale.
Yeah.
1, you had half of your movement.
Yeah.
2, you had
skill checks.
2 was half your movement. 3, disadvantage on attacks.
Yeah.
There was a couple of others in between, but 5th was...
one of them was death.
6 is death.
You just die.
You die. I think 4th is you have no movement.
Yeah.
And then 5th is you're in a coma or something.
Let me get him up.
Go on, get him up. Get him up. So as a Berserker Barbarian, you were confined, realistically, right, to being able to frenzy twice in a day. Now, not even just twice in a day. The way exhaustion rules work is you don't get rid of all exhaustion rules in one night. It takes multiple nights.
Yeah, so if you have 2 points of exhaustion, if you long rest, now you've got 1 point of exhaustion.
And then, you go back in, you frenzy again, you're back to 2. And it
if you want to frenzy again,
punishing. You could never go to 3.
So, 1 is disadvantage on ability checks. 2, speed half. 3, disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Yeah.
4, hit point maximum halved. 5, speed reduced to 0. 6, death.
Like, that's so punishing.
Even disadvantage on ability checks, you were already shit at all abilities anyway. So,
yeah. And, disadvantage on attack, okay, you can make the argument that you have reckless attack.
But that just basically halves the usefulness of it.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And it was punishing.
It was shit.
It really, truly was punishing.
So this is just taking that subclass out of the gutter and made it awesome, in my opinion.
I vowed I'd never play it again, and here I am playing it again.
I know.
Because
it's so much better.
The changes are great. Even just taking the exhaustion away. Granted, yes, it wouldn't have made it an S tier class. It wouldn't have even made it an A or B tier class, I don't think.
No, I think it would have taken the exhaustion away. It would have been an S tier. Getting 3 attacks.
Yeah.
3 attacks just from frenzying.
Yeah,
I would say.
I don't think the rest of the stuff, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, look, that last ability, getting to use your charisma modifier.
Yeah.
Like you're going to have shit charisma. Everyone's just going to save against it.
Yeah.
And it just makes that thing useless.
Totally.
Like, the retaliation's not really changed that much. It's just come closer down. And,
yeah, which retaliation was a huge thing.
Mindless Rage is still a bit meh.
It's
very situational.
Yeah, agreed.
But I do genuinely believe that the first part, like the reckless attack 2d6, that is so good.
As a barbarian, listen, you're most likely going to be recklessly attacking, right?
No matter what. If I'm a barbarian, I'm recklessly attacking every single turn.
Same, baby.
Every turn.
Same. So I think the changes to barbarian, the changes to the weapons, the changes to the Berserker subclass, man.
It's so exciting.
Together.
That's exciting stuff.
It is exciting stuff. And again, I'm very biased because I played a Berserker Barbarian and it sucked. But,
to see your baby.
Yeah, personally, to me, this is very exciting.
Yeah.
This changes, this fixes everything I had issues with.
Yeah.
With the Barbarian too.
I agree.
You can now be a martial class that still pumps out the damage, but you're versatile. You can choose in which situations you use which weapon, because your weapon matters now.
Yeah.
If you're a Berserker Barbarian, you don't have to suffer for picking the subclass.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's unreal, isn't it?
Yeah, that's made me really excited.
I'm so happy. I'm so excited. Like, this just excites the fucking shit out of me.
Yeah.
Because, it's like, is it enough to warrant getting a new book? Still, maybe not. But you know what I mean? Like, these changes they are changing a lot.
They are.
And
they are.
Maybe the book could be a bit cheaper because technically it's because
it's not a new edition,
it's
an add-on, yeah.
Maybe they could make the book like half price or something like that.
Definitely.
They're probably not going to do that because, corporations. But there's so much.
Agreed.
That's so much better.
Agreed.
And so much more exciting.
And
I am excited.
Needed.
I'm so excited.
I'm very excited. I think this is great.
Give it a go. Try the. I don't think we're going to be able to get onto the fighter.
No, we definitely don't have time to get onto the fighter. Man, that took
That took far longer than expected.
Agreed. Very much so agreed. But man, that was. Yeah, we will definitely go over the fight if you liked it and if you want to hear more.
Yeah,
we'll
if you
go
did
over
like
the fighter
this,
as well.
Let us know.
Please let us know.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I really got excited by all
Me
that.
too. I really liked that.
I read things and I get all excited and I can't wait to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think about all the synergies of the new weapons.
Yes.
And thinking about why it's so much better and the problems that it fixes just excites me.
Yeah, and I really hope that, I know this was kind of us reviewing it, but I hope in a way we were able to talk about it in a digestible way for you. That if you had maybe been putting off reading it like I had been, and if you learn in a certain way, I hope that was helpful.
You can have a bit of crack with us and we can read it together.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll get better at reading it.
I promise we'll get better at reading
because that was our first time, so it was, sort of trying something new.
Yeah.
And, maybe being a little bit nervous about it.
Yeah, I hope it was...
it is nervous to do something new.
It is. I hope this was educational for you, but also enjoyable. And please let us know.
Did you learn something?
Did you learn something
Let
today?
Me know.
Let us know.
What do you think of the Barbarian?
Yeah, what do you think
of the Frenzy Barbarian?
Have you played a Berserker Barbarian before? And if you have, what do you think of these changes?
Tell me about the synergies of these weapon masters.
Yeah, tell me what ideas
there are some.
Tell me what's brewing for you in your head. I like how they've released these as well. obviously, releasing the weapons with the barbarian. That makes complete sense. And I'm assuming the fighter as well.
Well, you're saying that, but this has also got the wizard, the warlock, and the sorcerer in.
Yeah.
But it's also got a couple of new spells in as well.
Very exciting. Very exciting stuff. Please let us know if you enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Sorry we couldn't get to the fighter, but
we'll get to it next time.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I think that's about it.
Is that the end?
I think that's the end.
The end?
This is the end, everyone.
This is the end.
No, please. No, I can't get a copyright strike. I can't deal with it. Bye.
If you liked it, leave a comment down below telling us what you liked the most out of this. Are you excited for the new Barbarian? Are you excited for the Berserker? Are you excited for the new weapon masteries? What do you want to see next? Let us know that as well.
Yeah.
If you liked the video enough, click the like button. If you liked it even more than that, consider subscribing. Hit the bell to be notified when we upload videos on a Monday and a Thursday.
Join our Discord.
Join the Discord.
If you join the Discord, you can join in the watch parties, and we're just about to play the Crab Rave, and you don't want to miss that. I don't know if I'm going to have to blur that out, but...
Okay, we love you very much,
very
my
much.
Little squaddy bees.
My little squadlings, my
and
ratlings.
We will see you next time. Bye!